Hello and good evening, everybody. My name's Isa Liton, and I'm happy to be your host for today's event. In fact, wherever you are in the world, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the opening ceremony of the Film Development Council of the Philippines, Sine Sandaan, the next 100. And we are featuring Film Industry Conference Online 2020 and Full Circle Lab Philippines. Today truly is a very, very special day because September 11, 2020 marks the official closing of the Philippine Cinema Centennial celebration. This once-in-a-lifetime commemoration marked the 100 years since Jose Nepomuceno's Dalagang Bukid, which was considered the first Filipino-produced and directed feature film. In fact, observed from September 12, 2019 to today, September 11, 2020, pursuant to Presidential Proclamation 622, Series of 2018, it was in honor of this. The FDCP led a year-long implementation of programs and activities. This, of course, started incredibly when on September 12 of last year, the entire film industry kicked off the celebration with an epic event entitled Sine Sandaan, celebrating the luminaries of Philippine cinema's 100, held at the historic New Frontier Theater. This was in recognition of decades of incredible work and service to Philippine cinema. More than 2,000 attendees from icons, living legends, luminaries, and the industry's unsung heroes gathered together to honor the most remarkable and critically acclaimed Filipino artists and film workers in front of and behind the camera, as well as the oldest living legends like Filipino actors, actresses, and professionals that are true legends of Philippine cinema. But the momentum did not stop there, as the celebration also led to the conduct of the Pista ng Pelikulang Pilipino, or PPP, FDCP's flagship festival. And that was held from September 13 to 19 of 2019. PPP is a week-long national film festival that exclusively screens quality Filipino films of different genres in all theaters nationwide. These are films which have compelling narratives and elevated storytelling that are appealing and can engage the most diverse of audiences. This industry event amassed an audience of 2.3 million around the country since its first outing in 2017. In fact, why don't we take a look back on last year's successful event? Please watch this.
This year is very special dahil we are celebrating officially the 100 years of Philippine cinema.
You have to have a voice, and that voice can only be validated if it is meant for the Filipino audience. We cannot have another 100 years of Filipino filmmaking if you don't make films for Filipinos.
freedom. I think it's because of the
Structure.
cameras and the structure. Anything, you can say anything, and that's okay, diba? That's good. But we forget our responsibility. To me, you have to be responsible if you want to tell a story. If you want to affect people, you have to be responsible. A filmmaker who's not responsible has no place in this field.
Take time to understand your story and then also understand the world. Meaning you have to open up your eyes to see different kind of culture, to enjoy different kind of culture, and once you see the world, you will tell your story to the world.
Alam mo, we can compete. Pangarap mo, buong mundo, andun ang pelikulang Tagalog.
Ang mga artista, kung tawagin natin yung film workers, pangarap ko, dumating sila sa antas na ang kanilang sining o yung tinatawag na craftsmanship ay nasa sa mataas. To each and every one of you, kung ilang libong daan kayo, I wish you happy birthday, Filipino movie industry.
Wasn't that just a truly glittering affair? Since the Sine Sandaan and PPP's launch, grand launch at that, the FDCP has had numerous events and programs to mark the milestone of 100 years of Philippine cinema. The aim is to honor the industry through projects that not just celebrate, but also take on an introspective role on how Philippine cinema has stood the test of time, cementing its footing as an industry. In 2019, we were in Philippine Festival in Italy, Busan International Film Festival, Q Cinema International Film Festival, Tokyo International Film Festival, Southeast Asia Fiction Film Lab, Philippine Film Festival in Portugal, and Luna Awards. Meanwhile, in 2020, the FDCP launched the Film Philippines Incentive Program, attended House Committee hearings on the Eddie Garcia bill, and issued the Joint Memorandum Circular on Guidelines for Working Conditions of Film Workers, together with the Department of Labor and Employment. They also activated the Disaster Emergency Assistance and Relief, or DEAR program, and continued with film restoration through the Philippine Film Archive. Other events were in the Film Ambassadors Night, Berlin International Film Festival, Cannes Docs Online, Locarno Open Doors, Hong Kong Film Mart Online, China International Fair for Trade in Services, and Creative Virtual Conference in Malaysia. Truly A lot has happened within a year's time. So now, let's take a look back on the Sine Sandaan events from 2019 to 2020. Please watch this.
Manila sila, pakialam ko. Bakit nila ako nalalangin? May sakit ba ako? Ano ko ba sila? Tiyah!
Ang importante siguro ngayon, mapasaya na natin siya.
Although Sine Sandaan actually officially comes to a close today, the FDCP continues its goal to further develop and strengthen Filipino filmmaking with the intent of even crossing over beyond local borders. So without further ado, to formally open our momentous event online, let's give a warm welcome to the Chairperson and CEO of the Film Development Council of the Philippines, Undersecretary Liza Tino Seguerra.
Thank you, Isa, and good evening to everyone here. If we had our way, we would have been greeting each other with a warm hug and a drink on our hands as we celebrate one of the most significant commemorations of our film culture. However, I am still so happy to see, albeit virtually, all the familiar and new faces here from wherever location you are, safe and sound. The Film Development Council of the Philippines has been at the forefront of the celebration of the Philippine Cinema Centennial because it represents our industry's journey from our pioneers, our trailblazers, our game changers that have led us to where we are today. Like any significant 100-year journey, it has been challenging but rewarding, and it has led us to have an industry with so much talent and potential. We are a nation that is truly proud of our cinematic history and heritage spanning over 100 years, and we recognize the achievements of our filmmakers, producers, and artists. But we believe that Philippine cinema has still so much potential and so much to strive for to earn its place in the world stage. Especially in these tough times for everyone, we believe that there can be meaning and value in the challenges we face. What's important is that as we move forward, armed with the learnings, insights, and growth from our journey, and this is why we have named our commemoration this month as Sine Sandaan, the Next 100. Sine Sandaan, the Next 100 is both in the spirit of empowering our local industry and taking those significant steps towards that future that we hope for, a future of elevation, inspiration, and collaboration. We already have the stories and narratives that are inherently ours, and it's time to share them out there, especially now. This pandemic has really made us realize that the world is our stage, a big stage full of doors that can be opened to discover that we can go beyond local films, markets, audiences, and possibilities. This world is truly becoming more and more accessible every day. But becoming more global does not mean that we forget who we are and what we have, but instead, it's about enriching them and opening ourselves up to new possibilities and actively meeting new collaborators and discovering film territories beyond our borders. Our job at FDCP is to pave that way for our industry and give them the platforms to do so. And this is what September will be all about, to give you an idea on our jam-packed Sine Sandaan, the Next 100 calendar. Here's what's going to happen. Cycle 3 of the Film Philippines for location incentives and international co-production has opened from September 1 to November 27. The Philippine International Comics Festival is also happening starting September 5 up to the end of the month. Creative Virtual Conference in Malaysia was just held with 3 animation projects as part of this amazing animation festival. And tonight's opening of Sine Sandaan, the Next 100 celebration of the closing of the Philippine Cinema Centennial. For our local partnerships, we will also have a documentary film production workshop with Region 11. Lutas Film Festival in Dumaguete is also happening. Sine Sandaan on the Manila Times TV, where we will showcase FDC-produced films. Regional and Master section will be launched on September 18. Wi-Fi workshops on film incentives will be on September 24. And a Mobile Fund Special Masterclass featuring Raymond Red will start on September 26. Then, we have Create PH Films. This is a milestone for the FDCP. This is our local funding program for development, production, distribution, and exhibition. We will also launch the Philippine Film Archive website, where for the first time, we will share to the public the amazing collection of the Philippine Film Archive, and the launch of the National Registry website and mobile app. The hashtag Sinewika in Challenge, it was our event during the Buwan ng Wika, will be held, and an awarding will also be held to award the winners. And on September 30, as we close the Sine Sandaan, the Next 100, we will have this amazing celebration. It's a virtual event celebrating the closing of the Philippine Cinema Centennial with an outlook on what the future is going to be. I'm also excited to announce that by next year, In our continued expansion and going regional with our programs, we will be launching ASEAN Co-Production Fund, which will be open to feature films, live action, documentary, or animation with an ASEAN director, including Filipinos, which will support projects with up to 150,000 US dollars, with at least 50% of the fund to be spent in qualified Philippine production expenditure. With this, we are truly looking forward to meeting and working with so much more partners in London. With all of these set in motion for this month and those that follow, I am so proud that we highlight tonight with our two programs that encapsulate those big steps towards our aim for global collaboration and partnership. One of these is the Film Industry Conference and Workshop Series Online 2020. This is the fourth year that we are doing FIC with our regional and international partners to get broader perspectives on how the film industry and its multitude of crafts and processes are evolving and adapting to the world's rapid changes. There is so much to catch up on, and we are so happy to showcase once again a powerhouse of personalities and officials who will lend their expertise to meet our local and even international audiences online for what we hope to be an education and a lively discussion on the film industry. I am honored, therefore, to introduce you to our FIC Online Series 2020.
Filipino filmmakers definitely stand a chance to be in international platforms like Open Doors and many others, because there are a lot of talented filmmakers, a lot of up-and-coming producers with interesting slates of projects, and I think that there is a lot of interest in Filipino projects as well.
Film that can travel overseas and can have real impact are by basically doing films that are really like worked on step by step carefully, and you know exactly what you're doing at every step of the way. And that's what I'm trying to kind of like advocate for here in the Philippines. And luckily, it's kind of working, because a lot of young directors, I think, are basically being much more accepting of this idea.
Through my experience, I think the stories that travel the best, that do the best internationally, are the ones that are really actually quite local and authentic. Strong stories that tell or share something about the culture that they come from. So I think filmmakers here don't try to make an international movie, don't try to make a Hollywood movie, don't try to make a Chinese movie, make a Filipino movie, but tell a story that's really true to your heart, and then share that with the rest of the world. That's more likely to work.
First of all, take time to understand your story and then also understand the world. Meaning you have to open up your eyes to see different kind of culture, to enjoy different kind of culture, and then once you see the world, you will tell your story to the world.
You know, the last 4 years of FIC, we were able to give a platform and discuss the best practices challenges, opportunities, and new norms of the industry, given the current situation featuring our local and international partners with a goal to continue the synergy between international experts, professionals, and stakeholders. So this year, as we adapt to the new normal, FIC Online 2020 continues its goal to offer local and international perspectives on how to further strengthen Filipino filmmaking through discussions ranging from the bigger picture, current and emerging trends in filmmaking, to very specific topics. It's also extra special because we feature 8 free public sessions and 6 master classes. In fact, let's give you a little breakdown of the schedule per day that will be happening from tomorrow until September 15. Please take a look at this. Okay, so what we have for September 12th, 2 master classes and 2 public sessions. The master classes are Writing During Quarantine and Filmmaker's Guide to Film Distribution, while the public sessions are Getting into Online Film Labs and ASEAN Talents on Spotlight from Southeast Asia to the world. For the next day, September 13 offers 2 master classes, Composing with Constraints, Editing During Quarantine, and Financing Your Film and Getting a Co-Production on a Lockdown, with 1 public session, The Role of Film Commissions in Supporting ASEAN Industries. 2 more days, September 14. Public sessions are Packaging an Animation Project for an International Market and an exclusive session with Netflix, showcasing the best of Filipino content. We also offer 2 masterclasses on September 14, and that is Pitching Your Project Virtually and the Success of Marketing and Distribution of Genre Films. And finally, on the last day, we have 3 public sessions. Backstage Access, How Are Film Festivals Migrating Virtually? We have Southeast Asia Co-Production Grant and Philippine ASEAN Co-Production Fund. And the European Film Lab's roundtable discussion with Rotterdam Lab and Locarno Open Doors program. So yes, we are very, very happy to bring you FIC Online 2020 right in the comforts of your homes. So to know more details, particularly the times and how to register, simply check out the FIC website at fdcp.ph/FIC. In fact, I believe some of the FIC speakers are with us here today for our online event, so I'd like to acknowledge them. We have Alamberg Ang and Sine Tan. Hi! Hi, Alam! How are you? Hello to Sine Tan as well. I just have one quick question. Hi! What can we expect from your panel discussions on FIC Online 2020? Alam first?
Sure. So you'll have the Singapore Film Commission and the Philippine Film Development Council of the Philippines present the co-production funds that they have, particularly for Southeast Asian filmmakers. So you get to ask, those who will attend will be able to ask questions about these funds and how they apply, how they prepare for these funds, etc.
Nice. And Alam, I believe you're moderating that, right? You will be moderating a discussion. How about
Yes.
Sien Tan? What will you tackle for FIC Online 2020?
Yeah, I will be on the panel with Lai Wei-Jie, Sharon Dio, and Nicole Midori. This session will be moderated by Raymond, and I think we're all going to share about our experiences on international platforms, labs, script labs, and I think it will be quite an interesting session. We'll talk about the experience that we have, and Raymond's going to ask us difficult questions. So come by and join us.
That's always the best part, when the difficult questions are asked. So everybody's challenged. We're looking forward to that then. Again, see you soon, Alan and Sien. Thank you very much. Looking forward to what you will be talking about. So yes, the FIC is certainly an event that filmmakers and aspiring filmmakers should not miss. That's happening beginning tomorrow, September 12th, all the way to September 15. Don't miss out, okay? Sign up, and I gave you the details already. ftcp.ph/FIC. Now, there's another offering that we're holding and giving away this month. we move on to the introduction of an incredible film lab. FDCP believes in the importance of these film labs, which serve as an intensive training program that allow producers and filmmakers to explore and improve their stories and projects in development. They also serve as an opportunity to network as colleagues meet mentors from the industry to partner with in the future. So, with its goal to encourage Filipino filmmakers to develop and elevate their films and stories by international standards, the FDCP, together with its international partner, Tatino Films, launched First Cut Lab Manila 2019. First Cut is an international project development and editing lab dedicated to refining long feature fiction films in the editing phase that can transcend global borders. This lab has helped develop film projects from countries such as Slovenia, Lithuania, Poland, Ukraine, and Russia, many of which have made their premiere in A-list film festivals including Toronto, Berlinale, and Cannes. An excellent team of international consultants made up of award-winning producers, screenwriters, script consultants, and film editors from all over the world personally mentored teams of Filipino directors, producers, and editors during the very intensive lab sessions. 2 Filipino film projects in post-production, 6 Filipino creative documentary projects in post-production stage, and 8 Filipino projects for project development, both in terms of script and production, were part of this. So coinciding with the labs, a 3-day film conference happened that was open to the public to maximize their opportunity to learn valuable insights from international mentors and inspire even more filmmakers to develop their projects more intensively. So with that, shall we take a quick overview of the success of the 2019 First Cut Lab Manila? Everyone, please watch this.
I met Lisa Dino, the chairman of FDCP, and starting to understand what were the needs of the Filipino film community. And what was for me really exciting about it is that I feel it's a key moment in the history of Filipino cinema, because it's kind of booming, you know. There are different generations of filmmakers, some experience or newcomers, getting recognitions internationally in festivals. And at the same time, I also feel that the current cinema system in the Philippines, there will be many changes to come. And so that's quite an exciting time, because there's also a lot of energy and dynamic ideas from the FDCP. What's very important for me is not only to bring a Western European perspective, but I really much believe in exchange of practices between different countries of different continents.
Magandang introduction to filmmakers, lalo na new filmmakers like myself. Kasi lumalawak yung pagtingin mo sa industry eh. Kasi like ako personally, ang knowledge ko sa film industry very local, very grounded sa kinalakihan. So ngayon parang na-open yung doors sa other possibilities, like possibly getting grants abroad or just learning yung mga labs.
So collaborative. You won't feel inferior. In fact, their manner of collaboration is questioning to bring you to how to further best develop your material.
It's very nice the way that they handle their sessions, their talk, yung mga one-on-one questions nila. Kasi they do not impose. They will just steer you, tinutulungan ka nilang hanapin kung ano ba talaga yung gusto mong ikwento, kung ano ba yung pangarap mo para sa pelikula mo.
Ever since, I always wanted something like this for Filipinos, for our scripts to be better. And it helps not just the filmmakers themselves, but the industry in its whole.
It's really a great opportunity for Filipino filmmakers to have the advice, the mentoring, the input of all these international professionals telling us on how to make the most of our projects.
Na-feel ko talaga para akong college ulit, na sobrang nakakagana na to learn from people, to hear what they're saying, na yung comments nila, yung criticism. I appreciate the effort of FDCP to hold workshops like this, labs like this.
Parang it's a breath of fresh air to be part of First Cut Lab because it gave us time to rethink, regroup, restructure, restudy the script, which is very far from the kind of film production that we were used to.
It's 100th year of Philippine cinema, and
I know that we're not too late,
but of course, we're only tapping this potential for a more global attempt at filmmaking. We're again picking up and we're inspiring this new breed of filmmakers who is now opening their doors and opening their minds to more global stories. Fortunately, people are starting to hear and to watch.
If you are an upcoming producer, you should try to apply and get yourself involved with this kind of lab because cinema doesn't just happen in the Philippines. Cinema is in the whole world. So if we know how the world works in terms of cinema, the production, the business, and the art itself, we can make better films.
Definitely, if we want our films, we really just have to keep on growing. And the moment we decide we don't allow ourselves to grow, I think that's the end of our career.
We came here with open to all the possibilities that lab can take our project to. And well, I hope that we come out of this film lab as better filmmakers or like sharper, more adept producers. And sana marami pang ganitong initiatives yung FDCP in the future.
Everyone is welcome to be part of labs like this. First Cut Lab was open to all filmmakers, not just from the indie side, but to anyone.
This is the best time, I think, for us. Kasi lalo na ang FDCP is really extending its hands para sa atin. Na ay ang nakakatuwa dito, wala siyang judgment. Like, nabibigyan niya talaga ng pagkakataon ang lahat. Like, really. Like, even the filmmakers from the province, talaga nagre-reach out ang FDCP and we need to do our part.
So yes, following a very successful first run in the country last year, 2019's First Cut Lab Manila, the FDCP and Tatino Films expanded into the broader Full Circle Lab Philippines. This year's Full Circle Lab will build on First Cut Lab Manila's program, which placed a particular focus on feature-length fiction films to create a holistic program covering the diverse forms of cinema. Full Circle Lab Philippines comprises of fiction, series, animation, and First Cut Lab. So, for its 2020 edition, an actual live and face-to-face lab was scheduled to happen last April. However, yes, we all know the pandemic happened. But in order to continue providing opportunities for filmmakers and producers to develop and elevate their projects, we are launching an online version of the Full Circle Lab this year. This will give the selected projects the opportunity to have an initial consultation with their assigned industry experts from the pool of Full Circle Lab mentors through a series of online meetings. So a big addition to this year's FCL is its expansion to catering to Southeast Asian projects. This is also in line with FDCP's commitment for regional cooperation and encouraging Filipinos and Southeast Asian filmmakers to collaborate and partner amongst each other. So to get to know more about the Full Circle Lab Philippines this year, let me introduce the people behind Full Circle Lab. Live from Europe, we have the heads of Full Circle Lab. Please welcome Matthew Daras and Isabel Igel, joined of course with our FDCP chairperson, Liza Dino Seguerra. Hi everybody.
Hi Isa. Hi Matthew, and oh, we have three Isas here. Isa, Isa.
Yes,
How are
actually, you're right. Hello, hello. So you know what? I know you actually have a very special segment to introduce in a bit, but can I ask a couple of questions to the three of you, from Chair Liza to Isa and Matthew? So first, your thoughts. We saw the wonderful highlights of 2019's First Cut Lab. So looking back, what were your particular favorite moments? Isa first, maybe? Isa, ladies first?
Isa or Liza?
Yeah, Isa.
Isa. Okay, like from today's perspective, I think the whole lab was super special because it was face to face, and I'm really missing the opportunity to meet you guys. But I'm also excited to meet old faces, like familiar faces, and newcomers on both sides. The filmmakers, but also the mentors. So I'm really excited for the lab.
There you go. A look back and a look forward for Isa. What about Matthew? Matthew, what are your thoughts on the continuation of this partnership with FDCP?
Well, I have to say that it was very moving to see the images from last year, and because it really makes us realize why we are doing what we are doing. And basically, I feel the urgency to continue this lab for all the reasons that were mentioned by different filmmakers. Especially, I was seduced by Liza's vision, which is to really embrace. I was seduced by the vision.
I love the word seduced.
Yes, because she has a very unique vision, which is to truly embrace diversity and to look for cooperation. You know, I think with these pandemics, we see that we are living in society which are becoming more and more fragmented. And I think this lab is really a way to connect nationally, regionally, and internationally. And for me, that was unique, and it was the first time I had such a lab that you had people from the different parts of the industry working and collaborating together. And I think it's very necessary if we have to connect local story to international audiences to really bring the filmmakers together from their countries and also regionally. So that's the spirit of Full Circle Lab.
Nice, nicely done. So, Chair Liza, after hearing those wonderful words from both Isa and Matthew, in your words then, what should we look forward to in the 2020 edition? Chair Liza?
Well, of course, I'm very excited with the fact that we're not just supporting our local projects, but we're reaching out to our Asian neighbors, especially Southeast Asian filmmakers, whom in the last 4 years, we've created relationships with. Whenever we go to Busan Film Festival, whenever we go to these various international film festivals, there's always a Philippine film night. So it's a cinema night where we just gather all of the delegates together over drinks and food, and we just enjoy and introduce them to this whole, But it's become like a family tradition. They've become part of our extended family because there's always Southeast Asian filmmakers brought the local our Filipino filmmakers during the event. So there's this really good relationship among the filmmakers in Southeast Asia. So I'm very excited to have them in this one platform. And thank you, Matthew, because if not for Matthew, the vision, he's saying that the vision that I had will not really expand, and to make it a reality. I was also watching the video. I was So, wow, it's happening, and now we're here. So thank you.
And all practically in a year's time. Cheers to all three of you. Cheers to this wonderful partnership between FDCP and FCL. In fact, Chair Liza, we have another special segment coming up. So to formally introduce our Full Circle Lab Philippines 2020 mentors, shall I now give the screen to Matthew and Isa. Matthew, Isa, take it away, please.
Yes. So, I see nice faces here. Basically what we were saying is that the spirit behind Full Circle Lab is to really bring filmmakers from Philippines and Southeast Asia to share practices and experiences with filmmakers from other parts of the world. So it's really about how to be knowledgeable about your assets, the assets of your stories, to make them travel. So there's no contradiction between reaching out to local audiences and to international ones. And what we do is to bring people from different industries that have different experiences, and probably they can share a lot of their experiences that were useful for the filmmakers we have the lab with. So here on the screen, I can see 5 of them actually working for different kind of project at different stages. I will start with mentors from last edition that are all come back, so that's a good sign. So we have mentors coming back, but also projects and filmmakers coming back. Below, I will start with Giovanni from Italy. Giovanni Pompili is a producer from Roma that also has experience in documentary and in co-production. Behind him, we see the poster of Sole. Sole is an Italian-Polish co-production that premiered in Venice last year and is released in cinema this week in France. So Giovanni will be working with fiction films in development. We also have next to him, but from South Africa, Mabatoko. Mabato is a producer, scriptwriter. She has experiences both in television and cinema. And last year she was accompanying project in development, feature films. But we are very happy to have her back now working with series. Now she can really give and share our experience about series for the newly series lab. Then I will go up on my screen. In the middle, we have Maya Mafioli. Maya is a UK-based editor working with versatile talents from the UK. She edited the last film by Sarah Gavron, Rocks, who was the opening film of Toronto last year in competition that is also released in cinema right now. She's work on Netflix documentaries on the new film by Cleo Barnard, and Maya is going to work with a film at editing stage. So we are very happy to have Maya again in the frame of First Cut Lab. And now we are coming for the newcomers. So on my right side there's Hélène Beltrami from Sweden, but Hélène is a true example of how people professional careers are moving from continents to others, because Hélène is a Brazilian. She ran the foundation of Ingmar Bergman in the south of Sweden for some years, but she's now working with talents from Brazil and Europe, especially in the field of script development. So she will be following feature films in development, both from Southeast Asia and from the Philippines. Actually, they will work together with Giovanni. And then last but not least on this screen, Juraj Krasnohorsky. Juraj is a producer based in Slovakia. He is also a director, but in the recent years he specialized developing animation project. One of his production that he co-produced with Hungary was premiering in Cannes a couple of years ago. Now he's developing several feature films from animation with different techniques. So he has a wide experience in the field of animation. He's actually running a European lab called C Animation Workshop. So we are very happy to have Juraj with us this year, because this is also a novelty. We will have 4
animation project, 2 short films, 1 series and 1 feature film.
Yes,
Lisa,
wow,
up to you.
what a lineup. Can I hear some words from our mentors? Giovanni, Mabato, it's nice to see you, Maya, and it's nice to meet our new mentors. I'd like to hear some words. How are you feeling that you're now part of another year with for Full Circle Lab and again, working on local projects and Southeast Asian projects?
Salamat!
Giovanni, maybe? And Mabato?
Hi.
Maybe Mabato wants to start.
Okay, I'm really excited to be back. I miss you all from a distance. And yeah, very excited for this year.
Yeah,
Giovanni.
I'm happy that you succeed to set up the edition online, even if really we will miss Philippines and all of you, and coconut wine, of course. And but yeah, looking forward to work with all the filmmakers.
Hello,
Maya.
Hello. I'm so happy to be back virtually in the Philippines. I'm so excited because last year I worked with these wonderful documentary directors, and this year I'm going to be looking after fiction film. So expand even more my knowledge and my acquaintance with like Filipino filmmakers. And yeah, I'm super excited and thankful to be back.
Thank you. And for our new mentors, what are you looking forward to for this 2020 edition, and what can we look forward to in this 2020 edition?
It's really a pleasure to be part of the team, and I'm really looking forward to working with these projects, very inspiring and interesting projects and filmmakers, both from Philippines and Southeast Asia. So I'm really looking forward to this online edition of the lab.
Yes, and I'm very excited to be part of the team, me too. After seeing the images from last year, I'm envious of all of you who've been there last year. But I'm really excited to meet the 4 projects of animation films, which look really amazing, very creative ideas. So I'm extremely happy to be part of this.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I'm really excited. Well, we hope next year, when things are better, we can bring you to the Philippines and show you our beaches, and we can eat every day. We eat at different places, and we do laughing shots. So it's going to be something to look forward to next year. But in the meantime, I hope that this is going to be a very fruitful online edition of the Full Circle Lab, of course, headed by Matthew.
Great.
Yes. Over to you, Isa.
Cheers! Cheers to you, Chair Lisa, to Isa, and to Matthew, and the whole team of mentors. Very, very exciting times ahead, and you could really feel that they want to be here with us. But don't worry, thanks to technology, we can do this online. So again, thank you very much to our dear FCL mentors, heads, and of course, Chair Lisa. This will be a very exciting edition. Through the various film labs, Full Circle Lab Philippines aims to bring more films from the Philippines and the rest of Southeast Asia onto the global stage. So why don't we now get to know more about our official projects and lab participants for Full Circle Lab Philippines 2020. Everybody, please watch this video.
Obsession destroys.
Desire kills.
Human monstrosity.
Loving a monster.
Tradition versus blood.
Bond beyond borders.
Grief gets us together.
Hope is relative.
Nothing stays the same.
Mystery loves company.
Strangers find their way.
Stories really have no endings.
We may be challenged now in where we can go.
Disease, war,
Politics, ideology.
But these challenges are where our stories come from. Where there is challenge, there is opportunity.
we still have our minds, our imagination, our passion, our dreams.
Our reasons, our desires,
our faith, our truth.
We are what we make the world to be.
We can write it, film it, shoot it. It will be.
We will have the scenes.
We'll have the words.
We will have the imagination.
We will.
We will. We will.
Indeed, we will. And we have with us tonight our Full Circle Lab Philippines official lab participants via Zoom. Let's get to know them and their projects. So first off, for Fiction Lab, we have the first, it's Six Finger. So it's directed by Sharon Dayok with producers Arden Rod Condes Berg Ang. Let's say hello to them and give me a time to actually ask a quick question. So let's check on Director Sharon and Alem again. Hi, Alem. Hi, Direct Sharon. Kamusta? So, I believe you were previous participants of First Cut Lab last year. So, andito na naman tayo for an exciting new project. What are your expectations for this lab? Direct? Alam, I hope you don't mind, maybe you can ask Direct first.
Yes, but Sharon, you're muted. Sharon.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Ayun. Hi, Direct. Yeah.
Hi. So
expectations.
Expectations. It's really great to experience new learning, especially with the kind of project. It's the project that we have. It's not your typical or the usual social drama film coming from the Philippines. So we're exploring the world of science fiction. So it's a new genre that we are trying to explore. And I guess as a filmmaker, you don't stop learning because you don't stop discovering life. So that's basically what makes this whole program exciting.
Nice. Thank you for that, Direct. That's Direct Sharon. Alem, science. This is science fiction. Tama ba? So,
yes.
Is this your first science fiction produced film?
Well, I already worked on one before as a consulting producer, but this one is actually what makes it interesting. It's sci-fi, and yet it's told from the perspective of a child, so it's also a children's film. So it's sci-fi and children's film.
Exciting. I hope that's enough to whet everybody's appetite because after this lab, it's showcase time, diba? So we wish you the best on that. Thank you very much, Alan and Direct Sharon. We wish you the best. That is Six Finger, everybody. Now, let's check out what Malaysia has to offer. From Malaysia, we have Causeway, directed by Ao Si Wee and produced by Lim Shu Jia. Let's say hello to them. I think they're here as well. Ao Si Wee and Lim Shu Jia. Okay, so again, we have a couple of different genres or topics to tackle for the labs this year. And for now, we are talking about Fiction Lab. So it's already interesting that our first one is Six Finger, a combination of sci-fi and children's. So let's see what our neighbor, Malaysia, will be offering in a bit. We're just checking out. They're all here with us via our Zoom platform. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, we actually have a total of eight entries in Fiction Lab. So that should be interesting what each one has to offer. So stay with us. Thank you for your patience as we are shuffling through quite a big group of Zoom members that's regional when it comes to an audience perspective. But that's what this one's so wonderful about this. So let's check out again our director and producer from Malaysia. Please once again welcome Au Siwi and Lim Shu Jia. Hello, just checking. Hi again, Au Siwi and Lim Shu Jia, correct? Hi ladies. So yes, we've expanded to Southeast Asian projects. What kind of partnerships are you looking forward to with regional partners for your film?
We are welcome all kinds of collaboration, support, advice from all of you.
Tell us a little more about Causeway. What kind of film is it?
Hi, this is Siwi, the director of Causeway. So it's
Siwi. Hi, Siwi. Sorry. Yes.
So it's about migrant workers who stuck in the nation border for one whole night, and it explores young people's identity confusion as well as their life.
Ooh, deep. Okay, so it explores something again within your identity. Thank you for that. Again, Siwi, sorry, I initially thought I was talking to two ladies. Forgive me for that. But again, what you are looking forward to collaborations, not just necessarily from the region, anything in particular here in the Philippines that will interest you?
So our project is quite in early development, and interestingly, our film is about borders. So we would like to share the films to our neighbor friends to the regions, and hopefully to learn from you guys. Yes.
Well, I think that's exactly what our Full Circle Lab is going to be all about. We wish you the best. Thank you very much, Siwi and Shujia. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Those are our friends from Malaysia. And again, it's wonderful to hear the ideas that it's still, even if it's just in the earlier stages of development, that's what the lab is for. So I like that you're just simply pitching an idea for this one, and this one's all about being stuck in the border, right? So again, thank you very, very much. We already had one project in the Philippines, which was Six Finger, and now we have Causeway from Malaysia. I certainly hope all the participants, if you can really collaborate with each other. I know you always think of your project in mind, but in the end, it's not necessarily just an exchange of ideas, but of talent, simply helping each other, not just financially, but really even with creative ideas, it will help put more meat into the stories. So those are only 2 out of 8. Heading now to our third, we're going to bring it back home. This is an offering or a final project from the Philippines, and it is entitled Baby Rose. So this is directed by Giancarlo Abrahan and produced by Chris Gasman. Hi, Direk. Hi, Chris. So you've been part of film labs before, have you? Or first timers?
Oh, this is my first time to be in a film lab. How about you, Ian?
I've attended film labs before, film academies,
Okay, nice. Tell us about your story. Sige, what is Baby Rose all about?
Okay, so Baby Rose is about a mother's grief over the loss of her daughter. And it's told in a dark comic when she convinces herself that her daughter has reincarnated into a pig. So that's basically the story of Baby Rose.
Sorry. Reincarnated herself into a?
When she convinces herself, the mother convinces herself that her daughter, who passed away, reincarnated into a pig.
Into a?
Pig. As in baboy.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was like, wait, tama ba yung pagkakarinig ko? That's why I was like, into a? Okay, interesting. So, how do you want to develop this project in Full Circle then? That's such an interesting, okay. Direk, how about you? Sorry, Direct? Yeah, how do you want to develop this project then? What insights are you looking forward to?
Well, grief is something that we all know, no? And I think that's something we'd like to hear from, and how we grapple with this thing called grief. The project is still in its early stages, but what we're really interested in also is to see how grief not only affects this one person but an entire community. Yeah.
Well, looking forward to what it will end up as. So we wish you the best. Thank you very much again, Direct Giancarlo and Chris. Wow, 3 films down, Baby Rose from the Philippines. Very, very intriguing. I hope you guys were as pleasantly surprised as I was on that. So we're going to jump now to another neighbor. So 2 from the Philippines so far and 1 from Malaysia. But now we're going to explore a film entry or an entry from Singapore and Vietnam. So this one is called Don't Cry Butterfly. And we have 2 people joining us, directed by Lin Duong and Cien Tan. Hey, produced by Cien Tan. We saw her earlier. Hi, Cien again. And this time you're with your director, Lin. Is that correct? Hi, Lin. So what is Don't Cry Butterflies all about?
Hi, I'm the director of Private Life. So, it's a dark comedy about women, 2 crazy women doing crazy things with tentacles and sea.
There's a lot of crazy in that sentence. Okay, so with this crazy thoughts about women and exploring in mind, what are you wanting to explore in collaborators, especially being in a lab like this, maybe here in the Philippines? Sia?
I think we're looking for creative collaborators from the Philippines, like not only producers but like talents from the Philippines, like maybe special effects makeup artists, and we hope to find interesting people to work with for our project.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people perked up already. Hey, you're looking for me? I'm going to sign up. We're going to find out the details when you sign up also for this lab. So we wish you the best, Lin and Cien. This should be exciting. And I have no doubt you'll explore a very crazy time ahead. Have fun in that crazy. Bye, ladies. Very, very fun. Is it just you or me? I mean, can you just imagine the 4 ideas we've heard so far? Or we're only halfway through the actual entries of the fiction lab. Let's head over to the 5th right now. And yes, we're going to bring it back to a Philippine entry called Devils in Paradise. So this is from the Philippines, and it is directed by Joe Bacchus and produced by Benjamin Padero. So another entry from the Philippines, the 3rd already, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, it's called Devils in Paradise. Let's chat with both the director and producer. Hi, Direct Joe, and hi, Benjamin. So first thing I always ask is, what's your film about? And this is a project from the regions. Saan region kayo galing? Saan region? Uri, okay. So ano yung kwento? What's your project about?
It is set in 1700s in the Philippines, and the story is about a shaman and his daughter who got killed by at the hands of his own spirit familiar.
Ooh, shaman. So, okay, there's a mystical aspect to it already. And syempre, for a project like this, international collaboration naman is what you're shooting for. Ano hinahanap-hanap nyo? Sino yung ina-attract nyo para maging parte ng inyong film? Producer, maybe Benjamin?
Yeah, for this one, we're first of all still in the early stages of development anyway. So we're still trying to clarify and go through the story as much as we can. So something like a script lab would help us just nitpick through the storylines and all this nuances of a family drama which has mystical elements. So the script lab is a great opportunity for us to refocus because we've been working on this project since last year, but because of the pandemic, we kind of lost sight of that we're still making a film. So it's a great opportunity for us to be part of this, despite the pandemic.
I love the mindset. Thank you very, very much for that, Benjamin. It's a wonderful reminder to everybody tuned in, not just here, but who will rewatch or watch the replay, na you need to have that mindset. It's okay if you don't have all the answers. That's why we're entering into this lab. Diba nga? Na kahit siguro people are working on their scripts 3 years or 5 years pa nga. Pero that's why. Keep learning. Keep seeing where you want to take it. So I wish you guys the best. Devils in Paradise. Thank you, Direct Joe. Thank you, Benjamin. So yes, before we move on to our sixth film that's part of Fiction Lab, that's a very good reminder, everybody, how you need someone to help you nitpick the details, develop more parts of the story, and again, centered around one particular aspect. So let's see now what this film from Singapore and Taiwan is all about. It's called Pierce, and it is directed by Nelisha Low and produced by Sam Chua and Jeremy Chua. Let's chat with this participant. Oh, hello. All three are there. Hi, Nelisha. Hi, Sam. Hi, Jeremy. Hello. So what's Pierce about?
It's about, I don't know if you can see this fencing related, so...
Fencing, yeah.
Yeah. It's about a high school fencer who lives with his widowed mother, and they're both in a cult because 7 years ago, his brother committed a monstrous crime. So now his brother is unexpectedly released from prison. His brother was also a fencer before he went to jail. So now that he's released from prison, our main character goes behind his mother's back to help his brother, only to discover an uncomfortable truth. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Dark. And of course, the cult aspect of it all is what makes it, explore the fiction part, right? Or unless it's really based on reality. Okay, so but again, this is what Lab is all about. Let's see where you will take it in the very near future. But we wish you the best. And I have quite a number apparently to be joining this, but we loved hearing what it's all about. Again, let's see how you'll envision Pierce after the lab. And of course, we look forward to hopefully seeing it on the big screens soon. We wish you the best, Sam, Jeremy, and Alicia. Bye. Practice your fencing. So yes, wow, that was dark. Cult and fencing. How about Dear Wormwood from the Philippines now? Hopping over to the seventh participant, directed by Eduardo Dayao and produced by Patty Lapos and Bradley Liu. Bradley Liu, Patty Lapos are the producers and directed by Eduardo Dayao. This is again Dear Wormwood from the Philippines. Hi, how are you? Direk Eduardo and Patty. So, again, for this particular one, what can you say about Dear Wormwood? Just a little idea that for us to find out what you're working on.
Okay. Dear Wormwood is a tropical science fiction horror set in Southeast Asia. It's very third world. It's all about environmental collapse and fate. I'm sorry, that's kind of vague. The best that I can think of, because it's kind of complicated as well. The specifics of it, that's pretty much what it is.
That's what the lab's all about. So other plans for your project after Full Circle? Again, you enter into a lab, what you have in common with everybody is that you need to flesh things out. In fact, that's what the lab is here for you to flesh it out, get into the details, exploration, right? How about plans after Full Circle? Have you gone that far? Not quite yet. Patty?
No, not quite yet. We're actually looking forward to this lab because we're hoping for a jump start. In a sense, we're all right smack into a pandemic, and everything went on hold, so to speak. So now we hope this will get things back going and kicking again, and we look forward to learning from our peers and mentors in the lab.
Exciting times for you ahead.
Hopefully the film gets made. That's what we're all here for.
Okay, cheers to you on that, Patty and Direk Eduardo. Good luck, good luck. Thank you very much. Finally, for our fiction lab, for the fiction lab, we have another entry. This is all the way from Vietnam. It's entitled Till the Cave Fills, and it is directed by Viet Nguyen and produced by Hang Yen Le and Joshua Levy. So let's chat with them. Again, my mind's like bursting with ideas that I've already heard. At the end of the day, it starts with that thought, this first pitch of an idea, and let's find out now what Till the Cave Fills is all about. And this is from our neighbor, Vietnam. Hello, let's check out Viet. Is this Hello? I only see one. Hi, you're our producer, or are you Viet?
Yeah, I'm the producer.
Okay. Hi. So a little backstory on you. Oh, hello. Someone's behind you. Tell us about your film, what you're developing.
First, hello, I'm Viet, the director. Hello to the familiar faces and the people in the lab. And Till the Cave Film is my first feature film, and it is a drama. Okay. Sorry, I was in my phone. We're in the same room, so I just swing by the laptop. But Till the Cave Film is about the journey of a woman who, after a family incident, she escaped from the trap in the family to the countryside. She escaped from the city to the countryside and have a journey of self-exploration in the cave, in a cave system. So, yeah, that is basically the story.
We're looking forward to how you're going to be developing that as well. Sounds very, very exciting. So we wish you the best. Again, literally, now I know why. Till the Cave Fills. Thank you again. Those are the 8 entries for, again, Fiction Lab. There are 3 more labs that's going to be part of this year. And now we're going to jump over to Series Lab. So this should be interesting. So from a full feature of fiction, let's go to series now. And the first entry is from the Philippines, Children of the Ruins, directed and written by Wilfredo. Produced by Gilmer D. Let's say hello to them. Children of the Ruins. We're now in fiction. This is now Series Lab. Hi. Hello. So is this the first time we're conducting a Series Lab in FCL? So what are your expectations? What are you expecting to learn from the lab? Direk, maybe?
Yeah, actually, I was part of FDCP and I was part of the first lab in terms of organizing it in the beginning. So I'm excited for the series part of the Full Circle Lab this year. And I'm happy our series got selected to be part of it. We're excited because it's something new. We're part of ABS-CBN International, and we're hopefully make something beautiful out of our concept Children of the Ruins.
Cool. Okay, so we'll see how this will be developing in a few months, or even either months, hopefully, or even quicker. But expectations. What about from your producer, Gilmer?
Well, this is the first time that lab for a series. It's exciting for us knowing that our experiences might be changing a little. We've experienced a lot on ABS-CBN, and we hope that we'll learn more and we'll develop more in this lab.
Undoubtedly, you will. So we'll find out what the differences are, what makes it unique, feature versus series. So we wish you the best of luck. And I have no doubt you'll be sharing your learnings on screen very, very soon. Good luck, everybody. Thank you very much again, Jilmer and Direct Will. Let's head over to the next series lab participant, a friend, a neighbor, again from Vietnam. We'll bring them back. This time, Andy Nguyen, director, and Anne Le. They actually have this series entitled Hanoi in a Tree. Again, directed by Andy Nguyen and produced by Anne Le. Hello, how are you? So, Hanoi in a Tree. Is this going to be your first series?
Yes, it's the first series. I mean, it's my first lab too. So, I think
your first time. What are you looking forward to since you're first timers? What are you looking forward to?
For me, I'm really interested in how to develop something with this form, episodic, and how to build these different features. So, excited to know how to build it.
Okay, Anne, how about you? And what do you want to share? What are you looking forward to as a producer? Anne? Okay, sorry, we're a little bit choppy from our friends from Vietnam, but definitely there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, much better, much better.
Okay. So right now, mostly we're looking for mentorship for our script, and because the story has the potential to go many directions now, we're looking towards how to integrate other countries' elements into our story. So we're also looking for collaborators from other Southeast Asians, maybe Philippines, and yeah.
Okay, well then we wish you the best. Again, I love how open you are to winding or weaving other elements from all over the world into your story, particularly for a title like Hanoi in a Tree. Good luck, Andy. Good luck, Anne. Enjoy the lab. Thank you. So hopping over back to the Philippines, again, I love that thought. You're in it to collaborate, definitely. Now let's head over to Jaja Firebrand. It's an entry from the Philippines. Participant, directed by Bradley Liu and produced by Bianca Balbuena. Let's find out what they're looking forward to in the series lab. Because again, let's not forget, there's a difference. There is a difference between feature films and series. Of course, the art of the cliffhanger, right? To always, when it comes to series, it's like leaving breadcrumbs to a final destination. So again, let's find out what it is people are looking forward to, whether they're first timers or actually already pretty much well versed in the production process. So again, this third entry or participant for our series lab is called Jaja Firebrand. Let's talk to Bradley and Bianca. Hi, Direct Bradley. Hi, Bianca. How are you? Oh, no, wait. Where's Bianca? Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So, again, is this going to be your first time? Sorry, we lost them. Let's double check. There you go. Hi. Is this going to be your first? Direct Bradley.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
The
Hi,
first time we're gonna do a series lab. Usually we do feature films and we do little babies. Yeah, this will be our first long form lab. Long.
You know, that's actually what I was mentioning before you came in. Sabi ko, iba ang pag-iisip pag feature film. Pag series, it's like leaving little breadcrumbs, di ba, along the way. Like, may cliffhanger, you have to make sure they look forward to the next, but leaving enough to make that buo. Tama? Your thoughts, Direk?
Oh yeah, we'll try our best to make something very exciting, and with the mentor's help, I'm sure that we can try and find a way to push this to more international kind of platform and try to get it broadcasted, stream, and financed internationally.
Nice. I love your mindset already. Well, we wish you the best. Again, that is Jaja Firebrand. Thank you very much, Direct Bradley. Finally, for the series lab, the last entry the last participant, I keep thinking entry because I'm now thinking film festivals. Not quite. These again are the participants for the series lab. And this is again from the Philippines, directed and produced by John Torres. This series is entitled Tempestuous. Ooh, what I wonder what he's looking forward to. Hi, Direct John. Tempestuous. Parang title pa na. Diba? What kind, again, is this your first series or no?
It is. I usually make full features. I usually make films, full features and shorts. So this is my first attempt to making a mini series. It's actually I just really wanted to meet Mabatu because she came in very with glowing words about Mabatu as one of the mentors. So I really wanted to meet her and pick her brain as to what great opportunities
Well, I think this is exactly the perfect lab. That's what the labs are all about. Pick everybody's brains, especially if you have mentors like these glowing reports that you've been hearing. And I love that you seized the opportunity and that you actually became a participant entry as well. I wish you the best, Direct John. Thank you very, very much, and good luck on your series. So all series participants are all first-timers. So let's see what will happen after their experience in the series lab. But we're not quite done yet. There's also an animation lab. Let's check out what director-producer Avid Leongoren has to offer. And for the animation lab, he calls his project Light Lost. Please welcome Direct Avid. Hi,
Hello,
Direct.
good evening. Hi.
Hello. Kumusta? Animation ngayon. Ako, I love cartoons. I love animation, di ba? So, ano yung have you always been a Filipino animator? That's really your field? Ayaw mo mag-full feature, mga ganon?
I work animation both. I do both, but this will be my third film. The second one we're releasing is fully animated. The first one I did is a mix of live action animation. It's always been a mix.
Nice. So expectations for this lab. Is this the first time you're joining a lab? No.
First time joining a lab on the script level. I usually expose our project towards the end, so it's more like the final push for release. This time at the very beginning, and it's very important since animation takes so long. So like this project will take 3 years to make, so good to have it exposed at the script level. So it's not like I can course correct in the middle of 3 years because you've done a lot of work by then. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, good tip. And I love the entry level then. Again, I'm sure everybody listening will take that to heart, that if they have the opportunity, again, if you're an animator, mabuti nang maaga pa lang nade-develop na at naayos na via lab. So good luck on that. Again, Direct Avid, Light Lost. Good luck. Here's another one from the Philippines, and we call it Oyayi. This is directed by Mitzi De Lima and produced by Victor Villanueva. Oyayi. I'm sure this is about a person, right? So that's a good point when you already figure out when you're working with animation, as mentioned by Direct Avid. If you're ready, of course, everything's either sketched or via computer. If it's halfway, you do have to correct some scenes, if that's what you call them. But let's find out what the thoughts are of director Mitzi and Victor from Oyayi. Hi, how are you, Mitzi and Victor? So I just talked to Direct Avid, and for him, he likes that it's in the early stages of his script. How are you getting into the animation lab for? Where are you in your project?
Can answer that. It's very early in the lab. Yeah, we're still developing the story. I do agree with Avid. Animation is a risk. It's a very big investment. So I do feel like you need to have a solid story before entering production. So yeah.
So why through animation? With a title like Oyayi, I would assume it's after a person, right? It's a name of someone, or is it a place?
Oh, it's
Sige, ikaw na lang.
It's the traditional Filipino word for lullaby. So it is
Lullaby.
about the story of
And I think
Okay, so
animation siya because the story is very has a very whimsical fantasy-like setting. So there's this girl who is in search for this certain uyai or lullaby, and mag-revolve around yung kwento na yun sa pagka-coming of age ng girl.
Well, I love that I learned something new today. Oyayi means lullaby. I thought it was a person or if not a place. But yes, now that you've explained it that way, I can see why animation is your choice of bringing it to life versus a traditional feature film. Well, we wish you the best and good luck in the animation lab. Thank you very, very much, Mitzi. And thank you, Victor. So next is Strange Natives, still from the Philippines, a participant entry for our animation lab. And this is directed by Paulo Heras and produced by Miguel Del Mundo. Strange Natives. Let's see what it's all about. I'm a particular avid fan of animation, but I am not versed at all on how to make it, right? So hi, Direct Paulo. Is this a first animation for you? Animator or no?
Yes,
Oh,
it's the
sorry.
first time I've been. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Good evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Good evening. It's my first time going to animation. I've been doing live action films since 2006 with Cinema One Originals. So I've done 4, and I've also done some shoots for advertising because I'm an advertising creative director and a comic book author. So it's based on a comic book series that I wrote with Jericho Marte and Carlo Clemente. And now we're pitching it to be an animated series.
Nice. Well, at least, again, if you already worked on the comic book, you're like our own Stan Lee, huh? So put it on the big screen then.
But we
Yeah,
have a lot
that's
of
the goal.
creators, a lot of comic book creators, and even Direct Avid's animation is based on a comic book too, by Ron Chang. So.
Wonderful. So let's see how that will translate to the big screen one day. We wish you the best. Strange Natives by Direct Paulo Heras. Thank you, Direct. Thanks for your time. And last, as an entry for Animation Lab, we call it With You. It's also from the Philippines, directed by August Lyle Espino and produced by Kim Timan. So let's welcome them on animation. Thank you for sticking around, guys, because this is the last participant entry for animation level. And we will still go to a first cut lab, which has 4 participants after this one. You can really see that FDCP went out of its way to be able to bring in all these wonderful participants, not just from the Philippines, but really from all around the region to participate so that they can learn from each other, expand and explore with their ideas. For now, let's chit-chat with those involved with You. Again, directed by August Lyle Espino, produced by Kim Timan. Hi, Direk. How are you?
Hi.
Good. Is this your first animation? No. Have you always been an animator?
My first time to do film. I've been doing.
What are you looking forward to in the lab? Sorry, Direk? What are you looking forward to in the lab? I know, I'm sorry. We're hearing other voices. Direk, sorry. Direk August, okay lang yan. Parang sci-fi. Yeah, there. Direk August, can you hear me? Yes, we can.
Maybe Joa, Slappy.
Oh, unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to cut with Direct August. There seems to be some sort of echo. But again, Direct August represents With You, an entry for the Animation Lab here in the Philippines. Let's hop over to the final lab that we are offering for Full Circle. It's called First Cut Lab. And this first entry is actually by veterans. And I love how they are part of it. It's directed by Loy Arsenas, and produced by Allenberg Ang. This is called Mirador. from the Philippines, an entry from the Philippines to participate in First Cut Lab. Let's chat with Direct Loy. And of course, we were with Alem earlier. Alem is very, very busy, I see. He's already part of at least 2 to 3 projects so far that we covered here in our event today alone. So be it as a moderator, and his producer hat is very much full. Let's check out Mirador. Hi, Direk. Hi, Direk Loy. Hi, Alem. Nice to see you. So first, I was saying nga, mga veterano in a lab is very, very inspiring. So for First Cut Lab, have you ever attended a lab before, Direk Loy?
No, this is my first time. It's going to be an exciting experience because it's my first time.
Oh,
Looking
wonderful.
forward
And
to really figure out what Mirador is about and figure out how to destroy, how to break it apart and then reassemble it again after.
Nice.
After the
At least
series.
you're open to that, Direk. I love how open you are to that because some people will guard their ideas, di ba? Na parang, no, ako yung tama. I'm sure Alem, nagsasmile si Alem. I'm sure you've had your share of na ganon mag-isip. Di ba? So Alem, since this is Direct Loy's first lab, what are you think you'll be some guiding light also to Direct Loy for this one?
Always.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see how Loy deals with the feedback that we'll be getting from the international networks. But I think we've been working on this project for so long now that it will be a welcome breath of fresh air to hear what other people actually think of the project and how we can move it forward and make it much better.
Nice. And of course, with an outlook like that, it'll only get better. In fact, this is not the first time you've worked together. You were both on the same boat in Ang Larawan. So let's see what Mirador will now produce. We wish you the best. Thank you again, Direk Loy and Alem. Bye.
Thank you.
So for First Cut Lab, let's head over to another Philippine participant. This is entitled Return of the Owl, and it is directed by Martika Escobar. Okay. Sorry, I think we want to give a chance to our Animation Lab participant, Director August Lyle Espino from With You, who has his project entitled With You. So let's check on him. Because again, there are other voices when I had that chance to chat with him earlier. Let's give him the floor. Ayun. Hi, Direk August. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
There you go. Yes, I was asking you, since this is going to be, you're a first-time animator, you said earlier, am I right?
It's my first time to do a film, but I've been doing animation for commercials.
Okay, so animation, you've been an animator, but this is your first time to do a film. So again, how do you think this lab will help you, this animation lab?
Well, I'm excited to where I can take this story, of course, with the help of our mentors, but also on the business side or the funding aspect of it. I'm also eager to learn all those.
Thank you for being honest with that one, because yes, it's not necessarily just about ideas. To get films made, we need the funds. And I wish you the best on that. Thanks, Direk August. We wish you the best. So always been an animator, but first time to do a film. So back now to the First Cut Lab series. Let's check Return of the Owl. This is a participant from the Philippines. I'm sorry, that's Hours of Hours. Hours with an H of Hours. This is an entry or a participant from Thailand. And it is directed by Du Napatalung, and produced by Nurahaya Lati. Nurahaya Lati, our producer for Hours of Hours. Hours of Ours, if that's a better way of hearing the title. But it's really a tongue twister. One has an H, one has without. Mga oras natin in Tagalog. I hope I said that right. Hi, Director. Hi, Napatalung and Nuraya. I do.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us more about how you want this as a first cut lab participant. What are your expectations to be part of the lab?
So our project is in rough cut stages, and we just last month we participated at Ducks by the Sea, where we were able to get the structure and certain ideas of the film more clear. And I think he being here at First Cut Lab, Full Circle Lab, will help us refine the story and refine these ideas and just get us much closer to the finishing line for the film. That's the hope.
Anything else? How about your producer would like to share? Because one thing I'm really liking about hearing from all of you participants is that you're all open. How you're saying we're still beginning, or we want it fleshed out more. In fact, one director said, "I'm looking forward how it can be broken apart so we can put it back together." So, what about your producer? What does she have to look forward to in this lab?
Yeah, I think like because we have been with this project for quite some time, like 2 years, almost 2 years, and I think we've been like watching the pages a lot. So I think right now we need fresh eyes, experienced filmmakers to tell us if we are going in the right direction or not, because we already done the production. So now it's like the last stage to finish our.
Well, I look forward to what you have to offer as well, and hope to see it in the big screen soon. Thank you very, very much again. So those are our friends from Thailand. There are two other more participants in the First Cut Lab, and they are Return of the Owl from the Philippines, directed by Martika Escobar and produced by Monster Jimenez and Mario Cornejo, and City of Small Blessings from Singapore, directed by Chen Si Wong and produced by Fran Borja. But unfortunately, they're not with us right now. But to all of the participants, we give you our biggest cheer. Thank you to our lab participants, because we are cheering you on. Exciting times are ahead for everybody, and I can't wait to see, hopefully, the final products, again, in the big screen. That's what we all hope for, so we wish you the best. The diversity of the field ensures the program's goal of discovering creative and fresh stories, not just from the Philippines, but from the region, and aiding the filmmaking talent in general in Southeast Asia. So with the Philippines as the host country, the collaboration likewise continues with FTCP and Full Circle Lab's joint goal of establishing the Philippines as a creative hub for filmmaking in the region. So again, congratulations, everybody. We wish you good luck on your lab sessions, and we're all very, very excited for your projects. The Full Circle Lab sessions will be held from September 15 to 30. We wish you the best. Thank you very much again, everybody. Now, we're not quite done yet. A couple more surprises with us. But first, to conclude our event, we give the floor or screen back to FDCP Chairperson Liza Dino Seguerra. Chair Liza?
Thank you, Isa. It's nice to see our participants kahit online. If it were here in the Philippines, I would warmly welcome you to our country and wishing for you to enjoy this lab, meet people, enjoy the time with the mentors, develop your projects while, enjoying the beaches here in the Philippines. But I know that Matthew and the whole Full Circle Lab team have something great in store for the next weeks as you develop your projects, as you work with them, discuss with them, what you want to do with your project, what's your insight, who's your audience. And I'm just really excited for these films, for these projects to come to life. And I hope that, this is not just the start of your journey, until your projects come into fruition. Again, congratulations to all our participants for this year's Full Circle Lab. Tomorrow, mag-uumpisa na po ang Film Industry Conference Online 2020. We have amazing masterclass sessions as well as public sessions for you to understand better how to navigate through this very complicated industry, meet different filmmakers, understand the different aspects of filmmakers, know the trends, what is happening in the country, what is happening in Southeast Asia, what is happening in the world, how are we going to survive, still creating amid this pandemic. So maraming salamat po. This is such a meaningful way for us to open Sine Sandaan the next 100. The next weeks, the next days, we have a lot more in store for you. Sinabi naman po namin kanina. At sa lahat po ng mga nanonood ngayon, to our audiences, to the whole Philippines, sana po now more than ever is the time for us to support our local films, to support local cinema. This is the time we're all in our houses. Embrace and enjoy, explore these films that are created for us. You can find them in different platforms right now, and we can always benefit from all the support that you're giving us. At para naman po sa mga ka-industriya namin, sa ating mga stakeholders, let's work together, let's continue to collaborate. Malalagpasan po natin itong pandemyang ito at makakaasa po kayo na ang FDCP ay laging nandito, trying to find ways to find solutions, find opportunities to support you in any way that we can. And of course, to my staff, my FDCP family, you've been working so hard to really put this together. Congratulations to a successful opening ceremony. Isa, maraming salamat. The team in Livestream Manila, thank you, and enjoy the rest of the night.